All right, we're rolling. So can you start by introducing yourself and your position at the university and the news that you just received?
My name is Sky Hopinka. I'm a Ho-Chunk tribal member, and I'm an assistant professor at Bard College. And today is announced that I'm a 2022 MacArthur Fellow.
And what does that mean? What's a MacArthur Fellow?
It's a fellowship that has a pretty good cash reward. I mean, it's kind of life-changing. I mean, there's just a lot of things that I can do as far as like paying off debts and helping people out. So it's a lot.
That's awesome. Congratulations. You found out what, like 2 hours ago?
I actually found out a month ago, but I haven't been able to tell anyone.
Okay.
And so they announced announced it to the public today.
Nice. And what's the Genius title that comes along with that?
I'm not sure. I think that's just like what it's informally known as.
Okay. So they pick, like, do you know out of how many people were also named recipients of this reward? Was it a cohort or was it just you?
Yeah, I think there's about 22 or 25 people that are MacArthur Fellows this year.
Okay, awesome. And then it's like an $800,000 cash prize, and that's just for you to do whatever you want with your art with. So what are your plans?
First plan is to pay off my student debt.
Fair.
And other debt. I don't know. It's kind of surreal to, I don't know, just like I can't imagine, but I can imagine the sort of financial freedom that this will give me.
Yeah.
That I haven't had since I was like 18.
Yeah.
Before I had credit cards and student debt and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, I mean, I have a film that I've been wanting to work on, or I'm working on. So this gives me some freedom too, where I don't have to necessarily try to scrap and save all this money for this. I can make the film.
Right. That's awesome. The freedom that it allows you. And I saw in the press briefing too that you have art, or you've shown art at like various institutions, particularly in New York, a lot of notable ones, Museum of Modern Art, I think I saw. Can you talk about what your medium is? It's obviously film. You're an assistant film professor, but like if you've had any films released into the world, where viewers can find them, and what the topics deal with.
Yeah, I've been pretty active the last 10 years with short films, short documentaries, or experimental documentaries.
Cool.
Those have played at various film festivals, including Sundance, Toronto Film Festival. And I also show work in like a museum or gallery setting, so I have video installations that are at MoMA or the Whitney. Yeah. And so it's like I balance between those two, as well as making photographs. A bit more experimental photographs, I think, but and also some writing. I had an exhibition a few years ago, and alongside that, they released a book of poetry that I wrote.
Cool.
So it's like those are the three main things that I do, and all of my short films are available on my website. They're also available at the Criterion Channel, a streaming service, and my feature-length film is also available on the Criterion Channel, as well as through Grasshopper distribution.
And you were saying that your feature film deals with like indigeneity and identity. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
It's a feature-length film that part of it is in Chinook, a language indigenous to the Pacific Northwest, and the rest is in English. And the film really is a meditation on the origin of death myth from the Chinookan people. Not so much trying to retell the myth, but looking at how the myth that was told so long ago affects people living today. Right. So it's living with myths, it's living with the stories and how they affect us and how we move through the world. Cool.
And how does that relate, or does that relate at all to your film that you'd like to work on with this New Freedom?
Yeah, I mean, the film is about powwows.
Okay.
I grew up dancing, and my family was going to powwows. So I've been wanting to make this film for years, but yeah, it's been hard with COVID, and now we're just in the sort of pre-production stage. Yeah. And this will definitely help alleviate some of those financial burdens. Cool. And really help support people that are helping out in this project.
Yeah. Did you see the film that was shown yesterday? Were you here yesterday for the conference? Did you see the two brothers show their portion of their film? What did you think of that?
Oh, it's great. I mean, like, I'm here with the Kahlua brothers and helping them out.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I ran camera for them last month for a shoot that they did for this project.
Oh, cool.
And I've known them for years, and they're good friends, and I'm just really happy to be here, help supporting them however I can. Yeah. And yeah, just to support what they're doing, because it's amazing.
Have you worked on their repatriation 5-year endeavor at all?
Very, very briefly. I ran camera for them.
Oh, last month you said. Okay.
But, I mean, I've heard about them talking about this for years, and I mean, it's great to see them here in action, and
Yeah.
it's also just great to be part of this as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool inclusion to the conference because it's different. It's an artistic take on repatriation, and so I thought it was compelling to a lot of individuals here that aren't museum employees necessarily or tribal members.
You know, an earlier film they made, Violence of a Civilization Without Secrets, about Kenrick Man and repatriation with him. This is really an amazing film, and I encourage people to watch it.
Cool. What about the conference in general? Is that why you're here with the brothers to help them, or just you're interested in
both? Like,
the
I
conference in
came
general?
here. I mean, they told me about it when I was shooting with them last month, and it just sounded like this is like, wow, that's something I really want to come to.
Yeah.
Like for myself, for my own research, for my own practice, and also if they need help. to
Yeah.
help them.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, it's like thinking about where, I mean, I began with language vitalization.
Right.
Being on the land, the idea of land is, to mythology, neo-mythology, and now we're arriving at NAGPRA and issues of repatriation. It just, you can take all the ways that these are connected.
Totally.
They're not siloed, they're not things that are separate, but they're all connected. So it's been really great being at this conference and hearing what people have done, what they're doing, and how they talk about navigating these systems.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really well said, that they're not siloed, like that you can see how they're all woven together. Really interesting. Do you want to plug, what's your website you said that people can find
My
your
website
works?
is just my first and last name.com, Sky Hopinka.
How do you spell Hopinka?
Hopinka.
Got it.
And first name is just SKY.
Cool. Well, thank you, Sky, and congratulations.